Good morning, brothers. Where'd the shaving shelf go? Somebody stole it. No, actually, this week I was supposed to have wallpaper removed from both bathrooms. I went through Home Advisor, which connected me to Handy out of the Midwest, and they booked a local guy. Apparently they didn't book it right because they told him one wall, and I had specifically gone over it several times. It was more than one wall. So he didn't show up with enough product to strip the wall. Had to go out and buy a steamer. I had to pay for it. So it was a kind of fiasco, so I'm not really impressed. Haven't done a response back to them yet because I was just kind of simmering a little angry about it. So I wanted to calm down to be more pleasant with my response. So, so they will be getting a response from me at Handy. But off of the bad news, in with the good news. So yeah, basically that's why the shaving shelf isn't there, because I've stripped all the shelving stuff off the wallpapered walls. The other bathroom is looking at shambles because I got a lot of work to do in there. But anywho, on to today's topics. First, just a little quick intro for a pomade. I have no product in my hair because I'm letting it dry first. I just washed my hair. See, I normally put product in right away, but this one, I saw the things, other videos where people say, yeah, put this on dry. So I'm letting my hair dry. And my hair, I need a haircut. I'm getting a haircut tomorrow. This is as long as it gets. I'm going to pop it down to a number 2 on the sides there tomorrow when my stylist shows up at the house to cut mine and my father's hair. But uppercut, it's translucent. It reminds me of Suavecito because it's translucent. This is more of a burnt cherry kind of color. Has a coconut scent to it. So I'm jury's still out on this. See, I've only used it a few times. You can see there's only a few scoops out of there. So I'm going to use it a bunch before I give you any kind of review over it. So I just wanted to show you that. That'll be going on later. Today, oops, stretch, we are going to use a shaving cream out of a tube. This is Spiek. You can't see the name because it's under the fold there. Can you see it? Let's see, Spiek, yeah, because it's, see, I've had it for a while. There we go. I don't want to fold that too many times. It'll just, because it's like one of those old style metal tubes. It'll just crack and break. So we're going to use that today. I like Spiek. I do. German soap Spiek. I like it. Let's see, we'll leave that there. Taking the bowl out of the water. Actually, I need to take the brush out of the water. 2 shakes and a squeeze. 1, 2, squeeze. There we go. Get the water off the hands. We are going to use the size of an almond. I'm just going to put it right in the brush. I can put it right in the bowl. I'm going to put it on the brush just so you can see. There, see? There we go. Cap back on this. It's a pleasant scent. I mean, I wouldn't mind having the aftershave too. I don't have it, the matching aftershave, but it's a pleasant, fresh scent. It's nice. Okay, let me just put a little bit more water back in the bowl. I want a little water. Let's see here. Trying to make I'm experimenting with making my lathers a little bit wetter. So I've got probably closer to a teaspoon of water in there, which is twice as much as I usually do. Let me just get this started so it doesn't drip. Okay, it's 100 clockwise. Now I'm going to do 100 counterclockwise. Okay, got it. A little drippy. There we go. We're gonna try that. I'm not gonna play with it anymore. I'm done. I mean, I could whip that up for another couple hundred if I wanted to and spend the time. And we have things like Chris. I always forget his channel when I'm filming. What is his channel? Oh, I can never remember it. He's gonna kill me. I never remember his channel. Oh, what is his channel? I can't think of it. It'll come to me. All right, so let me wash up here since I just showed you that first. I did not wash the face yet, so let's wash the face. Okay, the Phoenix Cube, seen it before. If I haven't just stepped out of the shower, then yes, I wash the face. If you just stepped out of the shower in the last couple minutes, then you don't need to do this part. You're good to go. But if you haven't, do this part. It's an important part. It preps the face, it preps the whiskers. It really does help give you a smoother shave. And we want comfort and enjoyment. That's why we do this. If you're just into quickly get it done, you don't care how rough and painful it can be and all that, then yeah, stick with your multi-blades and all that. Knock yourself out. But if you want a little comfort and enjoyment for your shave, then do the preparation. That's all I'm saying. Okay, let's see here. Just wash my hands off in the sink water. Just 1 day's growth. Yes, it's Saturday. I worked this morning, but still putting a shave in. Still gotta go clean the church. That's next. Okay. And I've never put this much water in Spiek before. It's twice as much water as I ever do. Usually half a teaspoon is all I've done. I mean, it's good. It's feeling really nice. A little drippy. But I could have worked it and made it, worked with that, made it less drippy. I mean, it's just where I decided to stop. Yeah, it's dripping. But as I say, I'm experimenting with different soaps and more water. I see a lot of guys on channels use more water than I do. And yes, I see them dripping too, but I wanted to try it. It does feel nice. It doesn't have that drying effect it can have sometimes when you just let it go a little bit too dry. And sometimes you see me adding more water through the shave or dipping the tips in the sink, but don't think I'm gonna have to do that today. I think we're covered. Now today's razor is kind of it's an old school one too. It's my second favorite starter razor. So if you're new to wet shaving or interested in it and you want to save some money, my first choice is an Edward Jagger DE89 all day long, $35 to $75 for the basic one, more for the stainless steel one. But this is my second favorite. I paid $17 for this, no more than that, on eBay a couple of years, 2, 3, 4 years ago. It's the Schick. Twist to open. Whoops, my hands are wet. Get my hands dry. Let's see which ways it go. There we go. So I've already loaded in my Astro Blade. See that? There's not a lot of blade gap. It's comfortable. I like it better than the Gillette. To me, the Gillette's, like I said, I haven't tried the red tip, so I can't comment on that one. But the other ones, the plain one and the blue one, are just too mild. They're just so mild. They're really not my rotation. I own them. They're probably going to a display case and a nice box frame or something to have in the bathroom after remodels, what have you. But for yeah, they're not really going to be my daily drivers ever. But this one I like. This one's not really in rotation anymore, but will be when I build a new shelf. Still reach for it, as I do a lot of. So you only see like what 8 or 9 razors I have in rotation, but I still reach for the ones underneath in the boxes I have. I keep all my surplus stuff. And I got a couple of baskets, and for the equipment, I keep it in cigar boxes, wooden cigar boxes. I go to the cigar store and I buy empty boxes for like $2. I mean, this is light. It's got a plastic handle. and it is mild. But it's not as mild to say as those old vintage Gillettes. It just isn't. It just does a good job. It says Schick on the bottom. See, Schick. I've seen them too where this part's plastic. Must be the the newer versions of it and all that. I don't know what year that is. I'm gonna guess no earlier than 60s or 70s probably. Saturday, so I'm not gonna do a second pass here. I could. I mean, I feel like you could use it, but I'm gonna save that for Sunday. So it just looks a little neater for church. For church. Here we go. This is not quite as drippy now. It's a, whoop, and I say that and it just splayed. It just splashed soap. Okay. But it's not as drippy as it was just a moment ago. Water is probably absorbing into the brush a little better. And this brush was soaking in the sink for just a minute or two as I was filling the sink. That's, you know, that's all. It wasn't long, a couple of minutes. Second pass across the grain. This is just a nice, comfortable little razor. It's not bad. And for the price, do I have more comfortable razors? Yes, yes I do. But for $17, this is not bad. If you were buying one of these on eBay, I probably wouldn't go more than $25 tops. If anybody's asking more than that, then yeah, just skip that one. They were too easy to find. I'm finding that the Gillette red tips are hard to find right now at a decent price, so I'm just stopped looking. They got, you know, popular recently in the last month or so with people putting videos out and using that one. So I think that drove the price up. I'll wait another 6 months or a year. I'll try later. I'm just not going to spend $50 on a red tip. I'm just not going to do it. I'll spend 30, 25, 30 at most, but in something decent shape, but I'm not going to spend 50. I'll go and buy that Yaki one that they have now, that clone of that instead if I need to, if I'm that intrigued. All right, third pass against the grain. And this is no issues going over the Adam's apple either. It's fine. It's a mild razor. But to me, it's not too mild. Yeah. I'm not going to chase that anymore without soap. It's enough chasing without soap. But that, to me, that speaks volumes of the quality of the Spiek soap. It's not bad. I mean, it's a tube soap and all. It's just nothing fancy. It's not expensive. But it's not a bad performer for the price. It really isn't. Especially being a seasoned shaver, I can get away with a few more passes in the area. I can for some lesser soaps. Stretching out the neck. See, it's such a mild razor. I do have to go over it. And I'm going to pick up time. A little bit. Because it is a mild razor, so yeah, I need to give a little bit of pickup. But I'm going to use the soap. I'm not going to chase it without it now. There we go. Yeah, that's better. That's better. Yeah. There we go. Yeah, that feels much better. So yeah, I did that little extra pass just because I think it speaks to how mild this razor is. I just needed a little bit more out of it. And that's about as mild as a razor as I like to go. I don't like to go anything more mild than that. So I can still get the job done comfortably. Because if I'm not going to enjoy this, then I am not going to do it. I'd go back to the multi-blade, which I'm not going to do. Those are not comfortable. They're not comfortable. Like at the ingrown whiskers, all that mess. It just was not a good, pleasant experience for me. It was drudgery. And now when you go to DE shaving, this is comfort and enjoyment, and that's why I like it. And that's why I know if you're watching this, you're at least intrigued about it, if not already enjoying it yourself. All right, let's get the face rinsed off here. Rinse off the sink a little bit here. Okay, there we go. Warm up that water. Okay, switching the sink to cold. Let that run cold for a minute. All right, let's rinse it off in the cold. Oh yeah, it's running nice and cold now. It's starting to think about being spring here in North Carolina. We had, what, 75 degrees the last couple of days. It's only going to be 60, so back to the 60s is more normal. So it's back to that today, being Saturday. Tomorrow it's overcast outside. I don't know if you can see out the window a little bit, but it's overcast. And I know last video or one before that you saw a towel because, yeah, I broke my blinds are broken. I just haven't had enough time to go to the store and get one. I'm working crazy overtime right now, so yeah, there's just no time. Oh yeah, nice cold. Oh yeah. Close the pores. Close those pores up. Oh yeah. All right, now let's just give it a quick little rinse with some cold water and get the alum block. Let me get that. Alum block, we just need a splash of cold water. Okay, there we go. Yeah. No, not a lot of stinging or anything, because I say it's a mild razor. Even though I went over a few times on the neck. Little stinging, not much, just little spots here and there. Okay, after the shave of the day is Lilac Vegital. I'm kind of doing the inexpensive thing, and I got this straight from the Pinauds store online. I had ordered a few things there. I got the the pomades and what have you too. Going extra heavy splash because it's a big bottle. How big is that? 12 ounces. Big 12-ounce bottle. It's more like to me, this is like a nice light aftershave, and you could use it as a body splash too, instead of a body spray. This is a nice light lilac. Lilac's one of my favorite flowers. It's a northern thing. Lilacs, I used to have a couple of huge lilac bushes in my house up north. Miss that scent. Oh, that's nice. And that's not bad. I don't want to sniff in this for us just to see if I see any residual soap smell. I don't. Just kidding. Of course, being a twist open, when I'm done shaving, I leave it open. So I'm going to take it like this. I'm going to put it on the shelf open, so it's open to dry out. So there's that. Alrighty, I think we're done for the day here. Of course, I'm going to use some off camera here. I'm going to use that in another couple of minutes when this dries off. I'm going to put some stuff in my hair now that I've shaved and my hair is kind of dry. I'm going to mess with that pomade. In fact, I'm going to pause you while I do that, and let's see what the pomade looks like. So hold on for a minute. Alrighty, guys, we're back. I just put the pomade in my hair. Spent a minute or two with that. On dry hair. So okay, yeah, actually because I've never really used pomade on dry hair. It's always just been wet out, freshly washed and done, but it works surprisingly well. I'm actually quite pleased. Show you the back too. Yeah, we're sporting the old comb over. Gotta keep the sun off. And you can say my hair is exceptionally long for me. This is probably 6 weeks growth. I had it down to a 0 on the trimmers on the sides before it grew out this long. So yeah, it's gonna go down back to a number 2 probably, and I'm bringing it to a number 0 back probably May, June. I'll go to 0 for the summer, and it's really short then. But not bad. Okay, so we're done with the shave. Showed you some pomade, new pomade. Alrighty, you got your money's worth today. So I hope you enjoyed, and go with God.